Well, hello there, wonderful people. Have you ever wondered why on earth Korea is known for their mechanical server, and why they won't stop fistfighting, or why one death is all it takes to wish unironical death upon one's mother? Well, my Finnish friend and I have been boot camping for almost 4 months in Korea, and we've been dehumanizing ourselves. I myself have been playing almost 1,000 games in Korean solo queue, all around 700 LP Grandmaster, less than 5 wins away from Challenger, and I wanted to make a video on the key differences between playing mid lane in Europe and playing mid in Korea. When you're playing in Korea or watching Korean solo queue, you'll notice very quickly that games end extremely quick, and oftentimes the deciding factor of what blew a game open takes place even before the 5-minute mark. People don't want to keep playing after going down a few kills, yet for some reason in Europe the game state can be 10 kills to 30, 6k gold deficit at 14 minutes, and people still somehow have the strength to believe in the victory. Do Korean players just naturally play more aggressive? Are European players strictly just worse and play safer? As someone who has experienced both in plenty, I feel justified to explain the logic of both regions and how it affects certain windows where you can make decisions on how to play the game, especially as a mid laner. Korean solo queue players have the tendency to fight, and when they fight, one person has to die. But what happens when Samira fights Draven bot lane and dies? Well, they come back to lane and fight again, resulting in another death, but more importantly, filling the secret Korean ego meter. This process repeats itself until the ego bar has been completely filled, and the player must spin the wheel on how to deplete the bar, making the game nearly unwinnable for the other carries. Why is this behavior so different compared to other regions? It's very simple. A game before this, his top laner was playing Camille versus Jax, and Jax managed to clutch out a solo kill on Camille. Hence, Camille's ego bar got filled, and the same cycle happened, and Camille dies 5 times against Jax, and suddenly the enemy Jax is able to rap battle Darth Vader, and it's just not winnable. So our humble ADC player decides, I can only win by shit stomping, so I will try shit stomp the next game. Oh, we're not shit stomping? May as well deactivate my troglodyte brain and order some unhealthy PC Bang junk food. If you pay attention to the in-game chat messages, you sometimes see a Korean player write DK. This, in fact, does not mean he is a fan of Donkey Kong, but more so forgot to change his keyboard to Korean, and DK with Korean keyboard signifies he is currently deeply sighing IRL, like the hecking cool anime character that he is. This is of the utmost critical importance, for he is letting you know his ego bar is in a perilous state of nearly being full. Now, what does this specifically mean how mid laners play? I think mid lane is in a more unique position because you can't force the enemy Akali to die 5 times in a row like you can with other lanes, since the lane is too small to run people down and kill them, let alone if your mid laner is getting dove behind tier 1 tower, jungle and support can easily just come and pick up the kill. So how does mid lane even impact the game in Korea? In 99% of my games, what you fight for in mid lane is not some petty 10 CS lead over an enemy or a 30 CS lead at 10 minutes. It's almost irrelevant in their eyes. Only one thing matters, and it is to shove lane and roam, since this has the highest impact on the map and can start and stop these deadly ego meter filling 0-10 snowballs that can happen constantly. Everyone learns how to play the map. Meanwhile, in Europe, when Samira dies 3 times to the enemy Draven, she will press her tabulator key and observe top lane having a 12 CS advantage and start playing safer. There is no humility in his head to letting other players be the carry and letting them take the steering wheel for the game. She does not have to have the main character syndrome players often have. An EU player would suck on Obama's banana if it meant gaining that sweet plus 18 dopamine. In Korea, it's like everyone plays under immense stress and pressure that a player's ego bar is going to randomly pop, and you gotta do everything in your power to stop it. In EU, oftentimes even in very high-elo games, the enemy mid would rather deny you precious CS in favor of getting a risky roam off, since the average European ADC does not play under the stress that his Jax will go 0-20, He also has the neurons available to look at the minimap to see the enemy Katarina is indeed coming down to visit his lane, and he should therefore maybe give up 1 or 2 minions for the greater good that is activating one's neurological procedure of dopamine recepting upon seeing the blue OPGG match history. When playing Vladimir mid in Korea, you can abuse certain pattern learning habits the enemy mid has developed in their prefrontal cortex to attain their rank, like not needing to fully crash waves under tower in case enemy mid freezes, because you know he only knows one thing, and that is to push and roam. If you dare to not push in the wave fully in EU, say before the enemy mid returns from a recall, he will not simply push it out. He will take the sadistic pleasure and satisfaction in every minuscule minion denied, knowing the chance for a get out of jail for free card roaming to another lane to get back is very insignificant. So at the end of the day, there is no, oh, X region is harder in my opinion. It's just different metas with different playstyles. That concludes our comparison video and my experience in Korea. If you enjoyed, please consider watching my stream so I can print out more funds with Twitch advertisements and keep subsidizing these types of self-edited videos.